Okay.
Good evening, everybody, and Baraka, you're very welcome back on the show. How are you, brother? Long time no chat. What's been happening?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited. I mean, I've been looking forward to come live with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally, we
This is,
got
I
it
think, is
done.
this the first live one we've done? Have we
Yeah,
done a
this is
live?
the
Yeah,
first ever live.
because
Yeah.
they've all been
Oh,
on your channel before, haven't they?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So we've been planning to come on here on this
yeah.
channel, but obviously it took us time. But finally, we're here.
Well,
Still
we
got
just, what we do when we go live, we just go with the flow and we just have a chat like two mates in the pub having a chat. Except I've got no beer.
That's
All I've
it.
got is
I mean,
coffee.
I got a tea. I don't know what you got there. I got a
Coffee,
tea here.
coffee, mate. I was knackered. Do you know, before I came on, I was
Mm,
literally just going, "Oh man!" And I'm doing another one, Paul, at 9 o'clock, and I'm like,
nine.
oh, 9 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
the
so
late one.
there's been a lot going on. I was really busy yesterday. I was at a meeting with the UKIP leadership yesterday, and that was like 3.5 hours long. So, and then you kind of processing everything that's been discussed, and so yeah, I'm a little bit tired to say the least. But
Yeah, we're gonna talk about UKIP as well because I've seen a message from Tommy and the UKIP and Nigel Farage. I mean, some people are like, this is weird. We have to stick with Nigel, or we already gone to UKIP. There's people still trying to decide what is going on.
yeah,
But
well,
yeah, it'll be interesting to get your take on that because you're fully into UKIP, right?
I'm fully into the pledge.
So if UKIP doesn't align
Well,
with I'm sure the UKIP already said they align with the pledge, right?
yeah, I mean the values are very much the same. So I mean, I think what I'm trying to do is bring people together, and I think doing that, I've got to make some choices about how to do that. You know what I mean? Let's
Mm,
Before we talk about all that, let's
yeah.
play a video because I'm in the video. It's not me just massaging my ego. Okay, it is me massaging my ego, but it's a great video that the Urban Scoop team put this video together. It's
Mm,
about the 1st of February, and guys, um, Baraka. First
mm.
question: are you going to be there on the 1st of February?
First of February, I'm there, man. I'm there
You're
with the
there, and are
microphone.
you bringing people with you?
I'm from Manchester. I'll see how many lefties I can convince over here.
Get the lefties
So,
down. We want all the lefties
so
that you can get. Bring them down because we want. What do you know? What we should be doing, right? We should be we should be evangelical with the lefties. We should be converting lefties into true believers in
yeah,
patriotism. That's what we should be doing. You
yeah,
know, see how many
yeah,
lefties we can convert this year from being
yeah,
nutcase pink-haired wasters into being fully fledged patriots that love the country. That's
yeah.
that's
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 it.
that's that's one of the goals of this. Well, it's not this. That's one of the goals of next year, 2025. Convert the lefty year. Right, I'm
That's
going to
it.
play this video, guys. So just,
Hmm.
it's, how long is it? 2 minutes, I think. So it's not too long, but it's a good video. Honestly, do you know what? Urban Scoop, when they put a video together, it looks really good. I wish I could edit like Urban Scoop could edit, but there you go. Let's get this on
Yeah,
here.
the professionals.
To be reminded of what we did this year and of the fantastic event that we had on the 26th. Despite Tommy being in prison, the event was incredible. The feeling of unity and love and togetherness, and we really are uniting the kingdom. But it's time to go again. In January, end of January, beginning of February, we're planning another event, and we need your help. As you all know, these events cost a ludicrous amount of money. There's a lot of planning, a lot of organisation goes in. So I guess first things first, we want to make sure that everybody that can come does come. And we're going to London again. And the reason we're going to London is the centre of government. London is the heart of power. And London is the only place, sadly, where people take notice. Again, it's going to be the same as all the other events. Peaceful, happy, boisterous. But it's going to be about a serious issue. It's going to be about the conditions that Tommy has been suffering under. And I mean suffering. Solitary confinement, away from everyone, in the wrong category of prison. So this next event is about Tommy, and it's about standing for Tommy, and not just Tommy, for all the political prisoners. We think that we've just recently seen the funeral of Peter Lynch, and there are many other people suffering in prison at the moment. But we're standing for Tommy, because Tommy has been treated in a most appalling fashion. We want to make sure that for the last few months of his sentence, that he has the best possible conditions and the best possible treatment. We're looking end of January, beginning of February. It's going to be a big one. and we know loads of people are asking about it. We know that there's emails coming into everybody saying, when are we going to do the next event? So get your boots on, and if you can, get your wallets out and help Urban Scoop put on an absolutely fantastic, spectacular event like we did last time. See you all soon.
Wow.
Well done again, Urban Scoop. I mean, like I say, just a brilliant video. And
Wow.
the narrator wasn't too bad either. But there you go.
Yeah, we have to give the credit to the person who's talking though, because the person who's talking made the story, telling the story that that will surely convince a lot of people to go. And that's you, Richard. You have to give it
Well,
to yourself. That was
teamwork
really good.
makes the dream work, Baraka. We've all got to
That's
work
it.
together. You know what I mean?
That's
That's
it.
what it's all about at the end of the day.
That's really
But
good.
no, it's going to be a big one. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, Tommy's been getting stacks of emails in prison from people saying, "When are we going again? You know,
Mm.
we're busting to do something about this. The conditions of the political prisoners is completely unacceptable." And the good thing about this is nobody can disagree that prisoners should be treated humanely in the United Kingdom in the 21st century. So if
Mm.
anybody is disagreeing with that,
Yeah.
well, then they've got to be a totalitarian fascist, haven't they? If they're disagreeing that prisoners should be treated humanely and treated like human beings. And we know that there's prisoners in these prisons that have gone there because of what happened in July or August, whenever it was. And these people are basically in a situation where they're being tortured and tormented by Islamists in the prison. And we've got those reports coming out. So there's a massive duty of care by the prison service. And it's the same with Tommy. I want guys, if you're watching this, right, and I'm going to just ask Baraka what he would do. As far as
Mm.
we know, well, we know. I mean, not as far as we know. Apologies, I'm tired tonight, so my words might not be as lucid as normal. But Tommy is on lockup 21 hours a day. I want you to just think about that. I mean, Baraka, what would you do? 21 hours a day in a cell. How do you think you cope with it?
Bro, I can't even stay in this room for more than 30 minutes. I'm always trying to go and look around for no reason because I'm a human. I need to move. I need to go see stuff. I need to breathe somewhere else and see different conditions, see different walls. That's normal. That's the way we are. But imagine someone locking this door now and saying I won't be able to come out the next 2 hours. I don't know. I don't know how to cope. Never mind 21 hours.
It's
That's insane because we all know what that does to the mental health. I
it's
mean,
it's absolutely obscene. And you know, Tommy is a very active man. I mean, when he's on it, he goes and goes and goes. You know, he is just like he's unstoppable. And you know, to cage Tommy like that is absolute. And for that amount of time a day on your own. Now, all I
yeah,
can say, you know, I believe he's been doing a lot of reading, a lot of studying, which is really, really positive
yeah,
because that's what you got to do. If you're in that situation, you know, you've got to find something to really occupy your mind and take you away. So if you're, you know, if you like, you know, if you're a Christian, you get in there, you study the Bible, you make yourself an expert in the Bible or whatever, you know, that's the only thing I think you can do, you know, is just actually
yeah.
get yourself, get yourself offside and get some education. So guys, on the first, we've got to be there. We've got to be there in big numbers. We don't know all the details yet. We've got a rough idea what we're going to do and where we're going to go,
Mm.
but it's going to be a good one. We're going to be going at all being well at a very different route, different directions, different locations. So we'll keep everybody informed on that. We'll keep everyone guessing as long as possible, and then we'll let everyone know exactly what's happening when
Yeah,
it happens.
yeah. But
So yeah,
I think it would be cool for everybody to know maybe a month earlier,
yeah,
maybe like early January, so then people can start planning their
make,
days.
making plans. Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be
People come
London.
from
It's
like Scotland and stuff.
yeah,
Last time I was there, I met people from Scotland and
yeah.
Blackpool. I was like, really? You
Oh,
traveled for like 6 hours? You know, those people need enough days for them to plan that journey. So I think it'll be cool for them to know early January, myself
totally.
included too. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, what I did, Bracker, I swam from Belfast to Belfast in Northern Ireland to Scotland. Then I walked from Scotland to England down the Pennines, And so it took
You
me
walked from Scotland to England.
walked from Scotland to walked all the way down the Pennines,
I want to
and
have your
then
stamina, man.
I got to Birmingham, and I thought, do I want to keep
Walking.
walking? So I thought I couldn't walk anymore, and then I rode a bike. I got a bike, and I rode a bike
Yeah,
from Birmingham into weaving in and out of the M6 traffic on a push bike, and
yeah.
so it took me about a week and a half to get to
Yeah,
London for the last demo. So I really took one for the team.
yeah, that's I could tell. That's why we didn't spend enough time together. You was really tired, but
I
the
was
show that you
tired
put
because
on
I had.
last time, it
Can
was
you imagine
amazing.
that? Can you imagine getting a rowing boat and rowing across from Northern Ireland to to, to Scotland to get to a demo?
I mean,
But look,
to be
we might
fair,
have to do that if the grid goes down. We might have to do that, Baraka. We might have to
we
start
have
rowing
to.
everywhere and
We have to
riding things.
with this new laws that they're putting in about cars and stuff. You
Yeah,
know, £2 per mile. Who has that much money to spend for £2 per mile?
mate, they're
From
coming for
here
our
to London,
cars,
you're spending your whole wage.
and
So
you can't
I
even
think
buy
we're
a
gonna have
horse.
to.
You can't even buy
Yeah,
a horse because they're not going to let
we're
you
gonna
have
have.
horses because horses fart like cows do. So you're not going to
Yeah,
be able to have cows, horses. All you're going to be able to do is walk and ride a bike.
they'll
So
tax that as well. Soon they're gonna tax walking.
yeah,
I don't know.
no doubt.
I might sound
Oxygen,
stupid, but that
clean
they
air.
might do.
They'll be taxing the clean air soon, Baraka. I told you guys this is like a crazy conversation down a pub when you've had too many beers, and all we're on is
Tax
coffee and
everything.
adrenaline. But
Yeah.
Baraka, I tell you what, right? Let's change
Mm,
it up a bit because
yeah.
I want you to tell your story. Okay,
Mm,
so just give us an idea who Baraka is, what you're about, your background. Just give us the whole 9 yards. Because I read something. I'm not sure where it was. You'd written
mm.
something. I saw it online, and it was kind of your story. And I thought, well, actually, I like that, but I want to know more, and I want you to tell it in your own words, and just let us know what brought you from where you've come from to where you are now in terms of what you're doing. So just give us the whole thing from birth onwards,
But well, as much as I can remember for sure.
as much yeah, as
So
far back as
yeah.
you can remember.
So I was born in a refugee camp. I don't think many of you guys know this. So I was born in a refugee camp that was set up by, I think, UNICEF. They built this because the war 1997, 1996. There was a war that broke out in Congo with Rwanda. It was a huge war. A lot of people died. I think more than 10 million people died. My parents obviously fled that war to the neighboring country, which happened to be Tanzania, and there were so many people who ran away. So UNICEF stepped in. I think the UN, one of those big charities and the countries, stepped in and they set up a camp that was there. It's called the Nyarugusu. So when my parents got there, they stayed there for a couple of months. Then they gave birth to me. I was born in a refugee camp. So I was born in the, those things that you see exactly like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Refugee tent. Yeah.
yeah,
That was me in January 2001.
yeah,
So I lived my whole childhood through there till I was 11. Then we came here because obviously we was in a camp
yeah,
waiting, seeking refuge because we can't go back to that place because a lot of people died and stuff.
yeah,
And it's still to today. There's still some conflicts that goes on, but it's not as bad as it was before.
yeah,
So luckily we was there for 14 years. I think, yeah, my parents were there for 14 years. Then UK stepped in saying they're gonna give us refuge,
mm,
which was
yeah,
exciting. Which I'm like, wow. Well,
yeah,
I was young, so I didn't know what was going on.
yeah, yeah,
Next minute, I just got to know that, hey, you're not gonna stay here anymore. You're going somewhere else. So we packed what we had,
yeah,
which wasn't that much really. You're in a camp, so you only have
yeah,
whatever you're wearing. So we came here.
yeah,
Now we're here. Obviously, I couldn't speak English, couldn't put two words together. I had to
yeah,
learn everything, just like the way the baby learns the words. That's what I had to learn. I had to learn how to say hi, hello, how are you? Put all these
yeah.
things together, small words. Put all that together. That was in 2013, by the way.
So what age were you at this point,
So
Baraka?
when I came here, I was 12, 11.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah. And so
yeah.
you had no English whatsoever.
No English
Wow.
whatsoever. So,
Yeah,
2013, we were here,
yeah,
and I started learning English.
yeah,
The country gave us basically everything that we needed, like the school,
Mhm.
our primary school, people to help us with English to learn. And they give you that for like I think 9 months, and after
Mhm.
9 months, you're by yourself. Depending how much depending how much you obviously you want to get good at it.
Yeah.
Some people just don't. Some people
Yeah.
just sit and be like, "Yeah, I'm not doing anything."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other people get with it. They
Yeah.
get grateful and they go to work and they learn as much as possible. They go to school, graduate, and create a life for themselves,
Yeah.
and also
Yeah.
contribute to the country that helped them. So
Yeah.
I'll probably say I'm one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got on. Parents got jobs. My mom was working as a. She used to work. She used to go and clean people's houses. So one of those people where you need someone to come clean your dishes and you check your kids and stuff. That was
Yeah.
my parents. I remember it was a long, tiring job. I could tell.
Yeah.
So every morning she used to wake up and go clean people's houses. And my
Yeah.
dad used to work 3 different cleaning jobs to
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, so it was
Yeah.
tough. This
Yeah.
was back in like 2015 and
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
So I'm going to high school. I'm noticing all these things because I'm always curious to see what is going on. Like I
Mm.
want to know who's paying, who's making the money, who's making me
Yeah.
come here and see milk and bread in the fridge every single day. So
Yeah.
you got to learn that. I know
Yeah.
some young people don't really care about who's paying the bills,
Mm.
but I want to
Yeah.
know. And
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
knew all this was happening because
Yeah.
after we go to school, I know my mom used to go to the neighbors, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why is she going there? No, because she was cleaning their houses and she was,
Wow.
doing all the dirty jobs basically
Yeah.
for a smaller wage. So I went to college, got in college. I was young, so messing about was the normal thing. Because
Yeah.
in school, I was never a guy who want to sit. I always want to do practical stuff.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting and just listening, it's not like it doesn't really go in by like as much as it would if I was doing like a technology where I'm crafting some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying. I got the apron on. Maybe I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Food nutrition, all those maybe PE sports.
Yeah.
So I was good at all those stuff. But anything to
Yeah.
do with writing, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now college, I studied sports because I wanted to be a footballer.
Mhm.
I wanted to be on camera, anything to do with camera. By the way, the YouTube stuff I missed out. So when
Yeah.
I was in when I came here, the first thing I did, I started a YouTube channel. I seen people like KSI. I seen people
Mm.
like those guys who were doing crossbar challenges, people
Yeah.
kicking the ball. And
Yeah.
I just wanted people playing games on and people are watching them playing GTA 5. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to be on camera. I want people to watch me play the game, either playing the real football game or playing the actual FIFA game on camera. So I started a YouTube channel when I was in year 7. And it was
So
really
what age?
funny.
What age are you now? What age are you now when you started the
Um,
YouTube channel, Baraka?
when I started, I think I was probably 13. So I still couldn't speak properly English, right? But I wanted to get people to watch for some reason. So in high school, I remember I made this video which went viral. Everybody like it went viral in the school. Everybody knew who made this video, and that brought a lot of attention. And sadly, that brought a lot of bullying as well because it was weird. Like, what are you doing? Why are you recording yourself doing silly stuff? So I stopped. I felt like nobody else is doing it. Why am I the only doing it in school? So I stopped. I think if I carried on, I'll probably chilling with KSI and all those guys and Mr. Beast and stuff. But obviously, I've stopped in high school. I don't know why.
Well,
Maybe because
it is. I mean, it's difficult if you get in hassle. It's
yeah,
difficult to keep doing what you're doing, and it's like, and that goes on right the way through your life. If people, a lot of people are negative and they want to pull you down and they want to attack you. It
yeah,
doesn't matter how old you get, you still get that,
mm,
And I think you get as you get older, you get better at dealing with it and just going, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I know what I want to do and I know why I want to do it, and you just, you set your face like flint and you keep going, don't you? I mean, but when you're young, it's very difficult to do that
yeah,
because
yeah.
you
Because
don't want to stand out. If you're getting
yeah,
bullied, as a kid, you want to kind of make that go away. You know what I mean? So no, that makes
Yeah, you want
sense.
to make the, yeah, exactly. So I
Yeah,
stopped, logged out.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I think there's still that video is still online.
And the
I
YouTube.
don't know. I hope nobody ever found it, but that video is still online. Sometimes because I don't have the email anymore to go delete it, so it's gonna be there forever. I hope nobody finds it and send it to me because it's gonna be so weird. So, back into college now. I already stopped stopped doing so back to college now. We're in
Yeah,
college. I figured out COVID hit. I think 2019, there was rumors like, oh yeah, somebody ate this thing in China or somebody did this and people are dying. I'm like, oh my god, this was my last year of COVID as well, of uni of college as well. So I had to sit the exam, but luckily COVID came, so I didn't do the exam. We had to go lockdown, and
yeah,
while I was doing lockdown, I needed to make some money. So I started going to warehouse jobs. I started doing warehouse. And while I was doing warehouse, this is something that happened to me, which changed my life forever. I think if this didn't happen, I don't know what I would be doing. I'll probably be one of those guys in the street doing whatever. So while I was in the warehouse, I remember I was putting headphones. Because you're not allowed to put headphones in the warehouse, but I was wearing headphones and I was listening to music. And one time I was on YouTube and this guy came on this video, just literally, I don't know why I clicked on it, but I did. Thank God I did. It was a video titled "Why Men Are So Weak." I don't know why that video kind of like it was intentionally for me. Like, so I clicked that video. I'm like, I actually want to understand why men are so weak. And it was this guy called Patrick Bit David talking about how men are so weak and you should learn how to sell, you should learn how to behave, you should learn how to carry yourself well. All these sort of thing of like self-improvement type of videos. And I was like, wait, I like this video. Who's this guy? So I went on to find who this person was. And I figured out it was Patrick B. Davis. He used to run a sales agency, and he had all these people working for him. He's a businessman. Right now, he's probably worth more than 20 million. But I was like, wow, I like this guy. So I kept on watching more videos while I was working, and he was preaching more sales videos. And I was like, wait, I'm in the wrong job. I want to do sales now. So I think that week I left that warehouse job and I went to do sales. I applied for face-to-face sales. So I was doing sales in the shops. You know those people when you walk in a shop and they're trying to stop you to sell you something, usually bro brand
yeah,
or charity stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
that was me. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
was
I
doing that.
tell you, well, do you know what? I mean, the thing is, that's a hard task. I mean, I've done sales since what 1992, and then if you have your own business, you're doing sales anyway. So you're always doing sales. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, people kind of look down on salespeople. If you're in business, you're in sales. Like it's
Yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah. I
Everybody's
mean,
even in this,
it's
you still
selling.
you've
Yeah.
got to be able to communicate and talk confidently, and that all comes from. So doing that will have stood you in massive good stead. That
Mm,
you could approach a stranger and
yeah.
say, "Here, do you want to support this charity that you never heard
Yeah.
of?" You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Like, hey, do you wanna get this thing which you don't really care about, but do you want to get it? Yeah. So
maximum
I was
respect
doing
on that.
that. I was doing that, and I started doing door to door as well. So I was going on people's door, knocking and selling. I'm like, it was the best. I enjoyed it, and I kept on learning from this guy from YouTube because he was keep on posting. Bought some of his courses. I learned a lot from him, and
Yeah,
figured out one time the offices that I was in, they wanted to go to London, and they wanted to move the office to London. I was like, they wanted me to go as well. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go. I like Manchester. Manchester is where I'm from. I'm from here. I like this place. I know everywhere around here. So I said no. But he left. So instead of me applying for another sales job or applying for another job, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own one. So
yeah,
I started my own sales agency. Because I was so good at it. Well, because I got good at it in that job, I was able to build connection with the clients that we were working with because they, if you're coming up on a bulletin and you coming up on all these things, they recognize the person who are doing well in the company. So
yeah,
they know you. So they knew who I was. So when the company left to go London, I reached out to them personally, and they was like, "Wait, it's you?" And they was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we got a contract together, and we were selling some. We well, basically they became my client, my first ever client. Then it was just me now, no office, with a business incorporated. I'm like, what do I do now? Because somebody has to go knock, somebody has to sell, the business is to make money. So I was like, I need somebody with me. And my sister was messing around, so I was like, wait, you come with me, we're going to knock. So she joined. So it was two now. So we went to knock on people's doors. Wadley, me and my sister were I'm teaching her how to sell while I'm trying to sell. We're making money. So it was basically like self-employed. And she recruited a friend because she liked the job. A friend joined, and a friend liked it as well. And I recruited more people, and we started doing interviews on Indeed. Then we grew that office. Well, we grew that little thing into into like a proper business where there was like 7 people, 5 people every single day.
Yeah.
And these people were actually making money because they learned how to sell. We taught them how to sell. Now they're selling. Sometimes I'm doing interviews. I don't even go to the field anymore. They're doing knocking. So it was really good. And I wanted to get an office now. And I went to. So this is one thing. If you're trying to get an office, make sure you don't go on Facebook Market. Don't go on Facebook Market. Oh my God. So I went on Facebook Market to look for an office space because I went on the normal places, the proper office lease, and the amount of money they were asking, yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't have that much. But on Facebook Market, there was one guy that was asking for £800 a month. A month. I was like, wait, this is good. This is fine. So I approached him. We got to meet each other. He showed me the office. The office was so nice. It was a tall building. You could see the Piccadilly Gardens, so you could see the town. So I'm like, wow, this is like the Wolf of Wall Street type of office where I look down and I see the people, and I'm flashing the money, the sales pitch, I'm giving impacts. So I was like, yeah, I'm taking this. And this guy was like, okay, for you to take it, you need to give me the money now. I was like, and he's building this urgency for me to give him the money, and he's telling me some other people are coming tomorrow to see it and they're gonna take it. And I'm thinking, I need this. This is the one I want. So I gave him the money. You know where this is going.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You learned the lesson though, didn't you, Baraka?
Yeah, I did. I think it was a good lesson, to be fair. First office got scammed. So he's telling me, come Friday. So this was Tuesday. So this is Wednesday that we met. He said, come Friday with your stuff, the key and the papers, everything will be ready. It's yours. So yeah, Friday, I'm coming with my stuff. I got my laptop. I got my desk and my books ready to go and get the key and set up this office because the guys are coming in later on to surprise them how good we're doing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This guy, his phone was not working anymore. I'm calling this guy on WhatsApp. It's not working. I still have the message till today. I'm still calling. Obviously, I don't call anymore. So I gave him the first month rent and the deposit. So that was a 1,600 I gave him that day. That was gone.
Yeah.
So till today, I don't have it. I tried to call the police. The police said it's a civil matter, so they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I tried to call the some citizens advisor people, some small lawyers. They told me that they're gonna charge me £600 to get it, to fix it. I'm thinking, but if I give you that money, I'm losing money.
Exactly. You've got to just learn from it, haven't you? And just walk away and go, okay, that was a sharp lesson. And we've all had them. You know?
So I learned that thing very fast. So I was really annoyed, but I was determined to still persist and carry on. So I was like, guys, yeah, we lost the money. Well, I lost the money because you got paid. My money is gone. So what we're gonna do now? We kept on going. So this time we was on a coffee shop. I don't know if I can pick up a picture. I had 17 sales agents working for me in the coffee shop, coming to the coffee shop every morning. If I can pick up if I can get a picture.
I saw that picture online, I think, Baraka. That's why I want to ask you about it, because you know, a lot of people a lot of people are doing stuff in the movement. Nobody really knows the background or what what hard work they've done in the past. And I think I thought it was very inspiring for your
Oh
background,
yeah,
the
here it is.
struggles, and yeah.
Yeah, so here it is. Can you see that? Can you see?
I
Can
see
you
that's the one I
see?
saw. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can
Can you
see it
see
just
me
yet,
on?
a little bit, not great.
I don't know if you
But
can see it, but this is
yeah,
me at a coffee shop. Can you see coffee? Can I share it here? Do you think I can put it up here? Do you think I can send it to you on WhatsApp and you can put it up?
yeah. Try there. Try there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm just we've got a few trolls in the comments here, Baraka. I'm just banning people at the minute.
Oh no, it's all
Just
right.
just
Yeah,
bear
there's
with
no
me.
one. You don't listen to them anymore.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Yeah, they come all the time.
just
They come everywhere.
I might just turn the comments off.
But,
Yeah.
no, I think if you
See if
turn
we
on
can
the
get that up.
comments, that will stop the engagement.
Shuffling. So look. Okay, let's see.
So
How can I present that? Not sure if I can actually. Tell you what, I'll try. See if I can get this in.
yeah, so you got that.
Yeah, just keep talking there, Baraka, while I try and try and work the tech. So you've just got you've got the offer. You're meeting all these guys in the coffee shop, and there we go. Should be able
Yeah,
to get this up.
so everything so everything is fine now. We keep on going. We're doing our stuff. Then we got another office. This time we went slow. This time we didn't. We made sure it was not from Facebook. It was a genuine guy. Yeah, so that's me right now. So
Yep.
you see, that's coffee shop behind. That's a coffee,
Yeah.
a Starbucks. That is me right there, as you can see in the white top. And these are the guys who used to sell for me, and I'm giving an impact. I'm teaching them how to go out there and basically get a stranger to buy from
Yeah.
the first 20 minutes you go with them, if they do give you that much. So yeah, so we grew that from basically me and my sister to like 27 people working.
Brilliant.
But then here's where things took a big turn. It's business, so it's never the same all the time, right?
No, exactly. Exactly.
So I got approached by a guy from. If I tell you the name, you'll know who it is straight away.
Yeah.
You'll probably get. So it's not from the UK. This guy had 3 offices in America, 2 offices in Australia, 5 offices in Dublin, and 1 office in the UK.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get an office in Manchester. He had an office down south in London, but he wanted one up here north. And because I was making a lot of noise on LinkedIn and with my sales office and stuff, and he reached out to me, and he gave me a good deal. We met. He flew over. I was like, wow, he's flying over for me. So we met. Shook hand. Sick guy pitched me, and I was like, wow. Makes sense. Oh, you want me to run your office? You want me to open up an office here for you? Get all my guys in. Yeah, so I did that. It was good salary. The guy offered me 100K salary for me to give up that entrepreneurship and become entrepreneur instead. For me back then, I was thinking it's a safe route where I don't have to think of if I'm going to be able to pay the guys. I can just control the guys and make sure they're doing the work for the office. So I thought, okay, cool. We signed this deal, and things so it was nice at first. We were flying out, tickets. When there's an admin there, it's proper. The guy's been around for more than 30 years in the business. It's like, I think he's like 60 something. So he know what he's doing. He has money. I think he's a millionaire. He didn't really tell me, but I think he has that much money. Where if you wanted to meet me, you could just fly straight away. That's how much money he had. If you want me to meet him, he would just send me an email saying ticket is booked.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the level he was at. and the cars he was driving, I'm like, yeah, this is the person I want to hang around with. So that happened. But sad thing is, we had to cut the relationship because so something happened in my life where I lost my big brother last year, August.
Yeah.
So that was really hard for me. I don't know. Sometimes it's still hard till today. Sometimes, I mean, that happened while I was trying to grow
Was
this
he
up.
was he living in the UK as well, Baraka? Was he? Yeah.
No, no, he was in Congo. He's the only one
Okay.
who stayed.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he was really young. He passed at 35, so that was really a hit.
Yeah.
And I remember the the drive, the wanting to get it done just disappeared.
Hmm.
It was really hard because I was off the field for a couple days,
Yeah.
and I didn't feel like going and talk to a stranger, bro. I didn't feel like going and knock and speak to people and sell them anything. I just felt
Totally.
sad. Sad.
Yeah.
Well, sad in a way where I don't know, you know. So, obviously, but it's not my business though. It's his.
Mm.
He needs money. He needs the thing to keep on going. All right, somebody died. Okay, but he needs the thing to keep on going. He needs the office to
Yeah.
still be open. So, yeah, we had to terminate the contract because, yeah, there was too much pressure for me, and I was slowly losing interest because I wanted to build my stuff. I later
Yeah.
realized that I should have carried on doing my stuff because I would have been way far than
Yeah.
giving it all up to build somebody else's stuff. Because
Well,
then,
do you know what? That's so true. That's so true. Because so many, and at least you learned it young, Baraka. You know what I mean? Because what age are you now? 20.
I'm
What age are
20.
you?
I turned 23 last year. No, sorry, this
23.
year. 23. Yeah,
Yes,
this
you're
year.
23, and you've learned that, like, working for somebody else is a mugs game. Like, a lot of us don't learn that until we're 50. you know,
Yeah,
and that's, so yeah. I mean, you learned it quick, which is good. And again, you think you've got security, but the reality is you've never got security, especially in sales. Because if you stop selling, you're out of a job in like a couple of months, and
yeah, yeah. You're done.
people do burn out in sales. I mean, sometimes it takes people longer than others, but like, so I think so what are you focusing on the channel now, on the YouTube side of things? Is that what you
Yeah. So,
is that your what do you want to do? What's your
now,
goal?
the goal is shift. Because remember when I said I wanted to be always on camera?
Yep.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going back to that. The one dream that I had when I was very young, but that was crushed by some people who felt like I shouldn't been doing it in high school. So that started
Yeah.
this March. March, I started the channel. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go 100% in the channel in March. I think if you go see the last few videos we did, the first video you'll see. So
Yep.
that's how long, maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago, I got into the
Yeah.
YouTube game. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna crush this. I'm gonna go full in, put my sales
Yeah.
skills and my business skills into this, uh, uh, grow it. So far the channel has grown to like 33, 32 subscribers within 6 months, millions of views.
33,000. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
so
is
so
good. I mean,
that's
in
what
3 months, that's pretty. Yeah, that's good. And I
so,
mean,
so that that's what we're
you,
doing right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now
And I
the
mean,
goal
the
is
thing,
to grow that. Sorry.
yeah, and the thing is, I mean, the reality is there's a lot of people doing very well at YouTube. So, make hay while the sun shines. If you can do it and you can make money at it, Baraka, go for it. And the thing is, what you're doing as well, you're doing a service because you're doing something that is actually helping people, because
Mm,
you're educating people. Your videos are always very engaging. They're very warm. There's never any sort of aggro on them, and you're asking serious questions, and you and your partner are doing this together. Is that right?
yeah,
You and your girlfriend?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So which I think is fantastic, because you know it's basically coming in and asking those questions and drilling down into what's making everybody tick. And obviously you've got a lot of fans in our movement. There's probably other people that are watching you from different
Mm,
backgrounds. So I think it's great, and well done. No, I just wanted to you to tell people where you come from, because when I read that I went, and the thing is, you didn't come across the channel on a dinghy. You came here totally legally and legitimately. You did it
Mm.
right. You
Yeah.
did the right way.
Yeah.
Your family did it absolutely right. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna go there and we're gonna sit and do not. You came here and you grafted and you've done the work and your parents have done the work. And like that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
opportunities that people should be taking and they should be doing. So well done, mate. And that fair play. And I think you'll be around for a long time on YouTube, Baraka. Put it that way. I don't think you're gonna drop out
Yeah.
anytime soon.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. This is the
So,
the the thing that I wanted to do when I was young. So I'm gonna make sure
yeah.
this is the thing
Yeah.
that I'm doing. Yes, I enjoy doing this. Being on camera has always been my thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah,
So
and you're good at it, and
yeah,
you're confident, and that's what it's all about. If you're confident and you can talk, really, I think the sky's the limit, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So yeah, so let's talk about the pledge then, Bracket. Obviously,
yes,
we
let's
had the launch of the pledge. Um, when was it? Three weeks ago. I mean, we got tens of thousands. We're nearly on 50,000 signups.
Mm,
Like, and that's not subs. That's like people signing up. Email addresses, postcodes, um, telephone numbers, names. So
names. Yeah,
and what we're doing that for? We're doing it to create um, not a movement, but to create a group of people that will vote in a certain way on the principles of the pledge. So when we come to an election, we can go to political parties and we say, right, I want to have 1 million by this time next year. I want to have 1 million people on the pledge by this time next year. And if we can do that, then we're in a
yeah,
position where we can really, because I think everything in it's reasonable. There's nothing in the pledge that you look at and go, oh no, I don't like that. That's dodgy or that's this.
mm.
Anybody that's got a brain should be able to sign that because it's such a sensible set of principles and So I mean, what are your thoughts on it? Because obviously you've looked at it, you've seen it. Where are you
Yeah.
coming from with this Bracket?
I think it's a good idea. I think if this thing was created maybe 4 years ago, I think we wouldn't be in this mess that we're in today. I think it would make big difference in what's happening in today's in this political sphere that we're in right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is a good thing to do. I'm not sure who came up with it. Whoever did, good idea to them. And I
It was a
think
team
it's
of us.
just
I mean, it
about
was basically it's something that there was a guy back in Northern Ireland years ago who came up with the idea. He had an idea called the Northern Ireland Vote Pool, and what that was, you were going to set up it was going to be like on Facebook or something like that there, and we were going to set up these Facebook pages and get people to sign up on Facebook, and if they wanted to vote on certain issues in Northern Ireland, then we would get them to say, yes, we'll vote in this block. And then you're going to go to MPs and say, we've got all this stuff. But what we did, we looked at that. And obviously for the UK, and even with the way things are with YouTube, with Facebook and the
yeah,
censorship, we
yeah. They
thought
can,
if they can just
yeah,
they can close you down. So
yeah, yeah.
anyway, I kind of forgot about the idea. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, David, and
Mm,
David basically had written loads and loads of essays about what was wrong in the country, about all the problems in the country. He's a Christian man, very intelligent, very successful businessman. And he basically wrote these essays, and I think primarily wrote them for his children to say, look, this is what's wrong in the country. This is what we need to do to fix it. So I went to David and says, what are we going to do? We need to fix this. And I had the idea of the site to basically gather people in one place, find out get everybody to sign up so that we've got a really strong database of people that believe exactly what we believe. And
mm,
then you can take that to the politicians, because I don't trust politicians. You were
yeah,
asking about different parties. I'm a member of UKIP, and as long as I'm a member of UKIP, I'll be loyal to UKIP. But at the end of the day, to me, my first priority is going to be the pledge, because the pledge can hold every political party to account. And if they don't agree with the principles in the pledge, I've got to be asking serious questions.
yeah,
As a political party, why would any, political party that's patriotic not agree with the principles in the pledge? So,
yeah,
so that's and I think what seems to be happening every time we do a video and we push it, we'll have a big spike in signups, and it's literally we haven't
yeah,
even done any marketing. We haven't spent a penny on
yeah,
marketing.
yeah. You
We
haven't even
funded it
posted a
all
video.
ourselves. We're never going to ask people, we're never going to charge people for signing the pledge. So it's never going to be, oh,
Mm,
you have to pay £1 to sign the pledge or whatever. It's not like that. We're not trying to make money out of it. What we're trying to do is basically get people engaged in the political discourse and the political system, so that once they've signed it and they're on board, then we can go to politicians and say, look, there's 10,000 people in your area have signed this pledge. Will you sign it? And if they say no, well, that's okay. Then we can go to the pledge people in that area and say, your representative didn't sign it. Find one that does and vote for him. So that's what you got to do. So again, we need all the support we can get, Baraka. So if you're into it, let me know. We'll get you to sign it, and because I think
I was I don't know if Mike Street Mike told you, but I was meant to be there on that day.
Yeah, but something happened.
Yeah, something happened, and I told Street Mike, and he said he was going to mention to you guys, to you, as he was more involved into it. But it's a good idea. That's why I wanted to come. I mean, I booked my ticket, and
I know
literally something happened. I was at the station because my ticket was really early. It was 5 a.m. I'm at the station, and something happened back to Mom's house. I had to go.
Yeah.
To make sure, because
he did say.
Yeah. Oh, he did say. Oh yeah. So
he did. I just remember, because that day was a really busy day, but he did say to me about that. He did. Well, we're gonna try and do another one. We're gonna try and do another signing in the new year. So we'll let you know, and we can get you bailed in on that one, Baraka. But I mean, you can sign it online anyway. I mean, obviously sign it online, but it's like the official signing where you basically. I keep losing the screen here for some reason. So the official signing where we basically, you basically sign it, on the parchment. It's just quite a nice way to do it. You know what I mean? So anybody can sign online anytime they want to. So it's all good. So no, I mean the pledge is going really well. What about you? What have you got planned for next year?
Next year we're switching things around because. Now, the Baraka show is going to be on Next Frontier Media. Next Frontier Media is the company. Now we're doing this just the way I did it in sales. I'm gonna do it the same way with this, where I'm gonna try grow it as big and as huge as possible. So Next Frontier Media is the company. That's like that's media company where we're gonna bring people in who are young, curious, wanting to tell stories and wanting to be on camera and wanting to who share the similar value as myself, who wants to go out there and not look at the camera and lie, but look at the camera and tell what's going on behind it. So we'll get those guys in, and those guys will be talking on the Next Frontier channel. And we got a slogan that I think I'm wearing it right now. It says, "The nation needs to know." So this is the slogan.
The nation needs to know. Yeah.
So that's the slogan. 2025. The nation needs to know all the stories that people are keeping away from you. All these things we're gonna be going out there and making sure the nation knows. And with the main channel, which is Baraka Amuri, that channel is gonna be more like a documentary type of style video, where it will be more invested type of researched, more long in-depth video with. So let's say something happens and we have to go in deep. It's not just a quick story. It's like so many parts to put together. So that'll be that channel. And let's say something happens in the UK and we have to go cover it, and he needs large expose. That will go to that channel. So if anyone wants to support, just subscribe. That's the only way you can support the channel and the movement. So that's the goal next year and the next few years to come. Yes. And
is that channel set up already? Is it?
Next it is set up, is ready to go. So anyone could subscribe to it, and I think the first video is going to come out tomorrow.
Oh, brilliant! Good. So send us a link, Baraka, and what we'll do is we'll share the link so everybody can have a look at it and see what's happening. I did want to talk to you. I mean, obviously we'll do an hour tonight because I don't want to keep you back too long. We've got 10 minutes. I want to talk to you about Syria, Baraka. I mean, what are your thoughts on what's happening in Syria at the moment, and just what implications that could have for the UK and for the rest of the world? Have you any thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a big thing that's happening over there. It starts not just today. It didn't start last week. It started long years back, and it's been building till today, and where we are seeing it playing out. We've seen it playing out small, where a small little captured place is taken, where a small little place is taken. But this time, it's where everybody in that nation and potentially other countries like Turkey, everybody is playing a part of it as well. And it will affect us in terms of how good Britain really is, in terms of like when stuff happen around places like these, where people will be looking to like I don't want to say anything crazy here, but let's say something like Gaza, right? That thing happened, but somehow Britain is been put in a place where it has to feel guilty and has to feel sorry and has to do a lot of stuff when they are not involved in doing the thing. Yeah, it's business as usual, selling weapons, selling all this. That's normal. That's been happening since the 80s, where the first guy who came up with a weapon wanted to sell. That's normal.
Yeah.
But I think this is gonna affect us, because the same people who, the same mind thinking people who come from Syria and the other side are basically similar, which is gonna cause more problem for people who are from here, who are here from Syria, will go out there and destroy stuff here because something is happening over there. And it could get even worse, where don't want to say, I don't want to call it, but it can get even worse, where people, because there's conspiracy theories always happen. Somebody will come here and be like, oh, somebody will go online and say, oh, this person is involved in this. And it's gonna bring where there's gonna be a lone wolf playing. We're not gonna see militant going out there and wanting to capture UK. No. There's gonna be a little bit of one guy who was angry. Because someone said this, that Britain is involved, and that guy will go out there and do silly stuff. Listen, I'm just saying, don't shoot a messenger. But we've seen this in the history all the time.
Look, I asked. It was me that asked the question. I mean, and I think when you look at what's happening in Syria, you go, well, the reality is that could that happen here? In other words, could the UK fall in a matter of weeks if there was a serious uprising by a certain section of the community or a certain section of the population? And the reality is, I don't think that's beyond the realms of possibility. You could be in a situation where if you had very, very determined, ideologically driven people that wanted to have a go, they could take over large parts of the country, because our military is so small now. We've got 70,000 people in the military. Probably 20% of them at maximum are frontline fighting soldiers. The police in the UK aren't routinely armed. So if they can do what they did in Israel in October the 7th, and they can do what they've done in Syria, and it seems to me, like just reading between the lines, that those guys in Syria are what used to be called Al-Nusra Front. They're probably connected with Al-Qaeda and some of the remnants of ISIS. So they're not nice people. It's not like they... Yeah.
I mean, new report came out today that Al-Qaeda is one of the leaders that used to run that. He's the one running this one. So you are right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are right.
Absolutely.
They are the same. They are the same. They call themselves brothers. So I'm assuming they help each other out.
I think they definitely help each other out. And the other thing, there's a couple of things that I find worrying as well, Baraka. There's a lot of chemical weapons in Syria, and where are they now? That's what I want to know. Where, who's got them? Who's got the sarin, gas, the mustard gas, all those chemical agents that can really mess people up very, very quickly. And again, thankfully, we've been spared them falling into jihadis' hands. But if we're in a situation where a whole lot of crazy people have their hands on chemical weapons, that's what I think we should be worried about. And again, when you've got these interconnections with all these different places, so Syria's just looks like Syria's gone, right? Syria's fallen into the hands of jihadists.
Yeah, I mean, right? they got Damascus now. They're running in there. Yeah. Some parts, suburb of Damascus is gone. So they probably got all up north. They're going down now. They're gonna get to by the end of this year, they'll probably get at the whole country will be gone, and Assad will probably have
Yeah.
to run somewhere else. But
Oh,
that's
I
the
think it's gone.
crazy.
I think it's gone.
It's gone already. So you see, like
I
you
think it's gone.
said, if they have all these weapons, I mean, I think they do. Somebody hasn't said it, but I think they do. We have to look at
Yeah.
the play. We have to look at what's going on now and think logically and be like, do they
Yeah.
have it? I think they do, because when you look at how they are spreading, how fast they're spreading like they are the national military. They are spreading so fast to
Yeah.
the point where
Yeah.
they're making they're making the country's military look like small boys. The country's small.
Exactly.
The country's military is giving up. The country's military is just being
Yeah.
captured every single day. They
Yeah.
don't want the smoke.
Yeah.
So if they don't
Yeah.
want the smoke, who has it? Who has the smoke? Must be the big boys who are winning. So if they do have the
Exactly.
thing, what's our problem with that cause? Well, that cause big problem to
Well,
the UK, because
well,
the
I mean,
UK
what if you think about when ISIS took over large parts of Syria and Iraq in, what was it, 2014, 2015. It was like, I think it was so actually started 2013, but they basically had massive parts of Iraq and Syria, and they were doing some absolutely horrendous atrocities. And then, of course, you had what happened in Paris. You had the Charlie Hebdo attack. You had the Bataclan. You had, all those crazy terrorist attacks in Paris. And then 2017, we had, ISIS-inspired terrorist attacks on the streets of the UK. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that you get overspill from this. And, that's the thing I think is really alarming, how quickly these countries are falling. And, I just hope that the people that are actually running these big games know what they're doing, because I think there's more to it than meets the eye, that country falling so quickly. And they're right up against the border of Israel now as well. And, obviously Assad was an enemy of Israel, but I tell you what, if that's something like ISIS that's taken over Syria, they're going to be even bigger enemies of Israel than Bashar Assad would have ever been. And Israel's going to have in the long term, I think Israel's going to have a real problem with Sunni militants on this side. Whatever's going on with Hezbollah in Lebanon, it is going to be a headache for the Israelis. And of course you got Afghanistan as well. Afghanistan fell in 2021. It's now completely controlled by jihadists.
They back up again because thanks to Joe Biden's withdrawal, leadership. This is what happens, and we have here in the UK where anybody can just get in the boats and make it here. Well, look at the people who are coming here. Syria is in the top 5, top 10. So who says this who says it won't increase? Probably will increase.
And
who come at the ones who are doing this sort of thing there? So we don't know.
The problem is we don't know who they are. We don't know who they are. We don't know who these people are coming across in these boats. And I was talking to someone, a few weeks ago, and he was saying they believe a lot of them. It's the Muslim Brotherhood who are behind a lot of the people smuggling and getting these people into the country. So these things are real and it's really happening. And I just hope that our government has a plan and they know what to do, and they know. But I think they'll do what they always do. If something bad happes, they'll just crack down on the right. They'll just say, "Look, there's all those." Yeah, they'll come and arrest me. So there's something horrendous happens, and Richard was talking about on the internet. Oh, we're going to kick his door in instead of going after the people that did it.
Exactly, man. They got all these facial recognition and stuff, but they're not really trying to catch criminals. They're
the facial
like you and me for speaking out on the internet. What?
For speaking the truth,
really? Yeah. So that's the sad thing about this, and they're introducing all these laws laws that don't benefit the people. They're trying to suppressing every single person's rights, like the law that was introduced late in 2022 by I think Boris or Sunak, where it says you can arrest a protest if they're making too much noise. What?
Yeah.
Protests meant to be noisy. How do you think the government is going to hate the people? They have to make noise. They have to be heard.
Yeah.
Now they're controlling how much you can make noise. They're controlling what time you can start, what time you can go, and they're controlling how many people can be. Look at that. Soon they're going to control if you can even do it or not. So that's where we have to see here. And they're doing all that. They're doing all that to the people who are crying for the goods of the country. They're not
Yeah.
they're not doing that to the people who are destroying things. They're not doing that to the people who are crossing the boats and breaking the law. Without even, the first thing they're doing before getting the country is breaking law. You can tell that's not
Yeah.
going to be a good citizen, is it?
Well, this
But,
is the whole thing. I mean, this
yeah.
is what I can't understand. When people are coming into the country illegally, basically what they're doing is the first act they're doing when they set foot on the shore of the country is they're committing a crime. You know,
Exactly.
it's like, it's
How?
like I mean, even just there used to be trespass.
Yeah.
There used to be something called trespass, where if you trespass on somebody's land, you could get arrested for it. Now there's
Mm,
people trespassing in the hundreds of thousands in our country, and if you say anything about it, you're like,
yeah, you're a
I
far
don't
right
know,
football
some
hooligan.
yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And do you know what?
Oh man,
I don't think I've ever
crazy.
met a far right football hooligan. No, most of them are very nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trust me, most of them will buy a pint. I swear,
Yeah,
when I go to a city, because I'm a city
yeah,
supporter. Obviously,
yeah,
Manchester is good, of course.
yeah,
I mean, if you support
yeah.
United, look what happened yesterday. Anyways, so I support City. So when I go to the games, yeah,
Mm.
I see these far right football hooligans, and most of them try to buy me a beer. So they must be
Yeah,
good people.
I know
They
exactly.
must be good
Exactly.
people.
It's
So
crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I've seen the welcome you get when you come to the events. I mean, it's like there's not one person ever says anything negative. You get,
yeah, the welcome is really
you
good.
know,
Yeah, it's nice. It's good to
yeah, yeah.
see that. I mean, I hope the media like BBC can go there and actually do it undercover or something, get a black guy there and see how much love they'll get. I don't think they'll post the video. That's
No,
hard
they'd
again.
never do it. They never do it because it doesn't fit the narrative. Let's get it
It
right. It
doesn't
doesn't
fit the
fit the
narrative.
narrative at
Yeah,
all. Yeah,
yeah,
they
exactly.
don't want. They don't want the. But by the way, I've had a lot of trolls in the comments
Oh no,
this evening.
it's normal because every time when I go live, it's literally the same thing. These guys
Yeah,
are yeah.
just troll,
Sometimes
troll,
it's
troll.
good
But I mean, it's
bots.
like
Sometimes it's yeah. It's fine.
yeah,
Go on.
to be honest, I just don't look at them. You glance across, you're seeing something, you think, oh, here we go, like, you know what I mean? But it comes with the territory, Baraka, when you're doing this. Well, listen,
That's good.
okay, listen, we've done an hour,
Mhm.
and
That's
so
good.
everybody knows who you are now, which I think is really cool. And I just want to
Thank
say,
God, already.
yeah, it was great. No, it was really good. And I mean,
Yeah,
I'd even like to find out more about what it was like in the camps and all that sort of stuff, because like just the
yeah.
contrast between
Mm,
being in a camp, like just and the struggles you had there to come into the UK and actually making a life for yourself and doing exactly what everybody's saying that people should do when they come to the country, embracing the culture, embracing the people, making your way in life, being positive. And I think honestly, I think it's a credit to you, Baraka, and
yeah.
I'm
Appreciate
really
it.
I really well. I just appreciate you and what you've done and what you're trying to do, and I wish you all the best in everything that you're doing, man. Because you're one of the good guys. So keep
Thank
doing what
you.
you're
You
doing,
too.
and
Cheers.
thanks for
Appreciate it.
coming on and sharing what you've been doing and what you're planning on doing. And this, as Rodney and Del Boy used to say, this time next year we'll be millionaires. That was before your time, but it
Let's
was.
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, this would be cool. I think the
Uh,
next guy who I think you should have a chat with is really good. I met him one time
yeah,
and I've spoke to him. I've seen his videos. He's really
yeah,
passionate about this YouTube game and telling the stories and telling the
yeah.
truth. I think he's in a chat right now. His name is called Real British Media. That
Okay.
guy is really cool. I think
It's-
you should reach out to him and get
okay.
him.
Can you say if you got his details, Bracket? Can you send me his details over? Yeah.
I'll send his Twitter account to yourself.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, he's
Send,
really
send me
good.
that. That'd be
Yeah,
cool. And if
yeah,
you're in the chat, Real British Media, get in touch. There's an email address on. I think certainly on the Richard Inman channel, so you can. I think you can send me an email through that. But if you can't, send me a personal message
yeah.
on Twitter, and I'll try and personal message you. So yeah, send me his Twitter account
He's really
there,
good.
Bracken,
Yeah,
and
yeah. He does this
we'll
thing. He's passionate. Although he's
yeah.
got a lot of things that he's doing, but he's still trying to be there
There
at
he
the
is. Got him
same.
there. So there we are. Real British Media.
Oh yeah, there he is. Oh,
Cool. Yeah.
there is profile. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, so
Let's
I
have a
met him
chat.
on. I actually met him on the rally, the recent one, 26 October. So that was really,
Yeah.
really, really cool to see him. So yeah, he's
And
really nice.
there's someone that's not a troll. Someone called Bev. I wish Baraka all the best. He's an inspiration. So there we go.
Yeah, thank
Listen,
you, Beth.
guys.
Cheers.
Despite what the trolls have said, Despite these crazy people that have been trying to upset us in the comments, go to thepledge.org.uk, sign the pledge, book your tickets for the 1st of February. Tommy wants us to all do this. It's going to be a massive, massive event. There's people crying out for it. So let's just do this and let's get this done. And Baraka, thanks for telling your story, mate. Really, really cool. And
thank you
we'll talk more about that. Okay.
Yeah,
God bless you, man. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys.
See you.